Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Yash the Bull's Book Club. The book we are reviewing today is He Did It. It's a hagiography of Swami Chinmayananda, a legacy. Of course, the book is, as you can see, big. So what we are going to do is we'll split it into two and we'll speak about it in 2 weeks. So this week we'll cover part 1 to 3 of the book, and then next week will be 4 and 5. So how I got introduced to this book, a little story behind it. Recently I went to attend my daughter's Shibiram in Ernakulam, and it was held in Chinmaya International Foundation. Now this place is located right at the birthplace of Adi Shankaracharya, who is bestowed and known to have conserved the Indian culture, and the reason why the Indian culture still exists today is because of him. His story is he went barefoot and covered the whole of India 4 times and established 4 mathas, and due to which the culture is still preserved. Fast forward to 30 years ago, and the family of Adi Shankaracharya wanted to sell this property off, and that's where Swami Chinmayananda came and took over and retained the holy place of his birth. And I was lucky enough to be there for 5 days and attended Aarti on all 5 days in the morning. It was a very divine and blissful experience, and that's how I came to know about the history behind that place. And then fortunately there was a bookshop there which had this book, and which piqued my interest. So it's quite an interesting book. Let's see what's in it on the other side of this video. Okay, so the first thing, the great descent from a rebel to a rishi. So how did this skeptic get a spark? He was a questioning child. Young Balan, that's what his name was. He wasn't a holy child. He was a curious rebel. He didn't just bow to idols. He peeked behind the curtains to see if God was actually there. So what is the message? True faith begins with the courage to ask why. The fire of revolution. The freedom fighter. As a young man, he traded temple bells for protest rallies. He fought the British Raj, endured the horrors of prison, and nearly died of typhus. It was quite a grueling experience, the way it has been narrated. Followed which, after he survived that hiatus, he became a cynical journalist. Emerging from prison, he used his pen like a sword. He headed to the Himalayas not to find God, but to expose the sadhus as frauds living off the poor. Sometimes our strongest convictions are just shields for a deeper search. Then comes the divine ambush, the falling fortress. At Swami Sivanand's ashram, his intellectual armor cracked. He came to write a scathing article, but the sheer peace of the master silenced his noisy mind. The death of the ego. On the banks of the Ganga, the journalist died. He took the woes of sannyas, emerging as Swami Chinmayananda. The man who came to scoff stayed to serve. The message? You cannot fill a cup that is already full of yourself. Then comes the Himalayan forge, the master of silence. He climbed higher to Uttarkashi to study under the lion of Vedanta, Swami Tapovan Maharaj. Here there were no luxuries, only the roar of the river and the rigors of the soul. The no mercy classroom. His guru was strict. He was told, I will teach you once, listen or leave. This sharpened his intellect into a laser that could cut through the most complex philosophy. The message: greatness is forged in the fires of discipline, not the warmth of comfort. Then comes the vision of service. The bridge builder. During long freezing nights, he translated ancient Sanskrit secrets into logical English. He was building a bridge for a generation that had lost its way. Hadn't it been for that, the new generation would have been left behind without such rich knowledge. The Ganga's command. Watching the river rush down to the parched plains, he realized his purpose. Fulfillment is in sharing. He couldn't stay in the peace of the cave while the world was in pieces. Then came the first step. The part 3 ends with him descending from the peaks to hold his first Gyan Yagna in Pune. A single monk with no money, just a message and the fire of truth. The message: knowledge is a burden until it is shared, then it becomes a blessing. So it's a very interesting book. I'm still going through it, looking forward to seeing what entails in part 4 and 5, and we'll continue this book on next Tuesday. See you guys. Bye. Take care.